Hello everyone, today I want to show you how my animation went from this to this. As some of you may already know, I made a fan animation that blew up, and based on popular demand I've decided to extend it. And during the process of making this extension, one of the clips stood out to me, and it's a simple clip of Sakura gazing into the sky. It's not a part of the animation that I think I'll put a lot of effort into, because I'll just draw a still image of Sakura looking and then have the camera pan from left to right. By the time I'm done, it's going to look something like this. And with a little addition of effect, it's going to finally look like this. Now I know this already looks good to some of you, but can you see the problem? It's not animated. It's just a slideshow. And even though I understand that my viewers do not expect mappa levels of animation from a single animator like me, and even though I've also used single frame animation like this in the past, and even in the previous Kakashi vs Sasuke fan animation video, something about this cut couldn't just let me leave it as a still frame. So I decided I was going to take my time with this cut and experiment with it to see how well I can make it turn out. So usually the first thing I do when I'm making my animations is to make the background, because there's this mental strain that comes upon me if I finish the animation first and then having to go back to complete the background. And since the background is that of a stormy cloud, the first thing I did was go on Pinterest to look for reference materials that I can use to make my own background. And I got one that is very nice. And using the Infinite Painter application, I was able to separate the different layers of the cloud I'm going to use in my background, because I wanted it to be an animated background. Therefore, having the clouds in different layers will help me move them more realistically. So after exporting the individual layers of the different clouds, the next process was done entirely without the use of an animation app, but only with the use of a video editing software, which is Kine Master or Kine Master. I don't know the actual pronunciation. And all I actually did using this video editing app was move the different layers of clouds at different rates of speed. And then I added a layer of the lightning strike, and using the flicker effect and glow effect, I was able to achieve this. Now I understand with this short clip, a lot of Naruto fans are very observant and already know where the scene is going. That being said, after I was done with my background, the next thing I did was return back to my animation app. And because I'm not so good with drawing Sakura from imagination, I used references. After understanding the nature of her face, the next step was to animate the flow of her hair and the movement of her cloak. Then, after adding the color and then the background for the animation, it seems as if our animation is ready to go. But something is off, and that's the fact that the character and the background seem to exist in two different worlds, and this is where shadows come in to bring them all together. Because of the nature of the setting, I had to take a different approach towards applying the shadow to Sakura's face. Instead of drawing the borders I want the shadows to be in and then applying the shadows, I applied the shadows to the whole figure and then cut out the parts that I think light reaches. And because thunderstorms are often unpredictable in the way they light the figures in them, I had to go through every individual 6:2 frames of this animation to see if it actually fits the background, and then adjust it accordingly. And because of this, I was able to get different shades for every frame of Sakura. And finally, I was set. My animation cut was ready. But then I realized that I didn't add the tear trails on Sakura's face, even though I had done the final compositing, final edits, and everything at this point. But because I'm such a perfectionist and I want things to just be right, I had to go back and add the tear trails and then do the final compositing again. But it wasn't too hard, to be honest, unlike what we've done so far. So yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching the video if you made it this far, and God bless you. I hope by the special grace of God I'm able to complete this project on time. Bye.